December 12th and 13th, 2025 marked the official opening of the NHL trade season. In just a few hours, 3 trades were completed across the league. This sudden burst of activity changed multiple rosters at once. The regular season was already in progress when these moves took place. Player movement began immediately as teams adjusted their lineups ahead of the trade deadline.
I think obviously yesterday, I found out yesterday morning, so from there it was just kind of a whirlwind, just a lot of emotions. Playing in Pittsburgh for a long time, I'm very grateful for my time there. It was unbelievable. I couldn't have asked for anything better, but just being able to hear that it was to the Oilers, it's very exciting. They obviously have a very good opportunity here, and to be a part of that, it's going to be special.
On December 12, 2025, the Edmonton Oilers traded goaltender Tristan Jarry to the Pittsburgh Penguins. In return, the Oilers received goaltender Stuart Skinner, defenseman Brett Kulak, and a second-round draft pick in the 2029 NHL Draft. The transaction was recorded in the league's official trade log. Jarry had served as a starting goaltender for Edmonton earlier in the season. Skinner, who joined Pittsburgh in the deal, has postseason experience, including appearances in the Stanley Cup Final. Team reports listed his playoff performance as a factor in the Penguins' decision to acquire him. Another major trade was completed during the same opening window. The Vancouver Canucks traded defenseman Quinn Hughes to the Minnesota Wild. Hughes is a former Norris Trophy winner and had been serving as the Canucks captain at the time of the trade. In exchange for Hughes, Vancouver received center Marco Rossi, defenseman Zeev Buyum, forward prospect Liam Ogren, and a first-round draft pick in the 2026 NHL Draft. The deal was confirmed by league transaction records. Hughes entered the league in 2018. At the time of the trade, he had recorded 432 points in 459 career NHL games. His current contract runs through the 2026-27 season. Under league rules, he becomes eligible for a contract extension after July 1st. Minnesota added Hughes to its defensive group immediately following the trade. Vancouver added multiple young players and a future draft pick as part of its roster restructuring. These trades were among the first significant roster moves following the official opening of the NHL trade season. League tracking systems recorded an increase in completed transactions during this period. The NHL maintains an official transaction tracker that lists all trades completed during the season. The tracker updates in real time and includes trades, waiver claims, and roster assignments. Following the trade involving Stuart Skinner and Brett Kulak, the Pittsburgh Penguins made an additional roster move. Defenseman Matt Dumba was placed on waivers. Dumba carries a cap hit of $3.75 million and is in the final year of his contract. If Dumba is not claimed by another team during the waiver period, league rules allow Pittsburgh to assign him to its American Hockey League affiliate. This waiver move occurred shortly after the Penguins completed their trade with Edmonton. Other teams also began adjusting their trade strategies after the opening of the market. Reports indicated that the New Jersey Devils were reviewing multiple roster options as part of potential trade discussions. Defenseman Dougie Hamilton and forward Andre Palat were listed in league reporting as players whose names had surfaced in trade conversations. These discussions were linked to salary cap flexibility and long-term roster planning. Some proposed trades involving Devils players were discussed internally but did not reach completion during the initial days of trade season. The NHL has scheduled the 2025-26 trade deadline for March 6th, 2026 at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. After that time, teams are no longer permitted to complete trades until the season concludes. Early trade rankings released before the opening of trade season identified several players as potential trade candidates. These rankings grouped players by position and contract status. Some of the players listed in those rankings, including Tristan Jarry and Quinn Hughes, were traded shortly after the trade window opened. The 2025-26 NHL regular season began on October 7, 2025. Teams are permitted to complete trades during the season as long as they comply with league salary cap rules and transaction deadlines. The combination of early trades, waiver activity, and public transaction logs shows that roster movement began immediately after the trade season officially opened. Trades allow teams to adjust performance during the regular season. Transactions are documented in league records as they occur. The NHL transaction system lists completed trades and roster changes daily. These updates include player movements between teams and minor league assignments. As the season continues, additional trades are expected to appear in official records. Team rosters may change multiple times before the March deadline. This isn't some overhyped draft story or a maybe one day kind of prediction. This is real. This is coming fast. And by the time the 2025-26 NHL season begins, the league may not know what hit it. Ivan Demidov isn't a loud name yet. He's not a North American media favorite. He didn't storm onto ESPN or show up in flashy commercials, but deep inside locker rooms, on scout reports, and between whispered conversations among GMs, his name is being circled over and over. In April 2025, the Montreal Canadiens quietly made one of the biggest moves of the year. They signed a Russian teenager to a 3-year deal and gave him a taste of NHL ice.
The Montreal Canadiens are proud to select Ivan Demidov.
It's an unbelievable moment, you know. I think from childhood, all players dreaming about it. Yeah, and now dreams come true.
Just one game. That's it. But in that single night, Ivan Demidov made something very clear. This isn't a kid who needs time. This is a young gun ready to take over. He scored, he set up a goal, and he did it with that same cold calm he carried all season long in Russia's toughest league, the KHL. Just a few months earlier, Demidov had shattered the KHL's under-20 scoring record, putting up 49 points against men twice his age. He skated like silk, passed with vision, finished like a killer. Opposing teams tried to shut him down and failed again and again. But let's rewind a bit. Back in the 2024 NHL draft, Montreal had the 5th overall pick. The pressure was high. Fans were demanding a franchise face. Analysts were throwing out safer names. And then, the Canadiens shocked everyone. They picked Demidov, a soft-spoken 18-year-old who had barely touched KHL ice and wasn't coming to the NHL right away. People called it risky. Some even called it a mistake. But Montreal didn't flinch, because they saw what most others couldn't. They saw the way he danced through defenders in tight corners. They saw his ability to make something out of nothing, again and again. They saw how smart he was without the puck, how hard he played in the dirty areas, and how fast he learned. And now, the time is almost here. Demidov is expected to play a full NHL season in 2025-26. No more holding back, no more tests, no more waiting. This isn't just some exciting rookie story. This is a coming storm, a league-altering moment. A kid from Russia, built for pressure, raised in the shadows, now ready to walk into the spotlight and burn everything in his path. And if what we saw in one game was just the beginning, then the league better be ready. Because Ivan Demidov isn't just coming. He's coming to shock the NHL. By the time training camp opens in September 2025, all eyes will be on Ivan Demidov. But he won't walk in like a rookie. He'll walk in like a loaded weapon that just hasn't been fired yet. Inside the Canadiens' locker room, players already talk about him differently. Quiet kid, serious face, doesn't say much, but when he gets on the ice, everything changes. It's like watching a painter with a stick, but instead of a canvas, it's chaos. Tight corners, broken plays, bouncing pucks. Demidov doesn't just survive those moments. He hunts them. What makes him dangerous isn't just talent, it's timing. It's the way he slows the game down when everyone else is speeding up. He sees the play 2 steps before it happens, and when it comes, he's already there. Stick down, eyes up, puck in motion, and the goalie already too late. Coaches call that ice vision. Scouts call it generational. Fans just know it when they see it. And when Montreal let him loose in that one NHL game last spring, they saw it. and so did the opponents. 2 points on debut, and he made it look like it was practice. But here's where the story turns. The Canadiens aren't just hoping he becomes something. They're building around him. This offseason, Montreal's front office moved fast. They brought in veteran support on the wings. They added grit to the blue line. They cleared cap space. All of it points to one thing, making room for Demidov to lead. And leading is what he's wired for. He's not flashy on interviews, he doesn't trash talk, but on the ice, he plays like every shift is a message. It's that quiet killer mindset, the one Crosby had early on, the one McDavid still has, the one that tells you this kid isn't here to play around, he's here to win. And if you're in his way, well, don't be. Analysts are already comparing him to names like Pavel Datsyuk and Artemi Panarin, both Russian, both creative, both nearly impossible to read. But Demidov brings something more modern. He's heavier, more physical, and not afraid to crash the net when it counts. October 2025. That's the start. The first full season. And if preseason goes the way insiders expect, Demidov won't be buried on the third line. He'll be handed the keys. Power play minutes, top six time, and every chance to light the lamp. And once the puck drops, there's no turning back. Because once this kid gets a rhythm, once the league feels that first flash of brilliance, the game changes. Just like that, shift by shift, goal by goal. This isn't hype, this is a timeline, a warning, a countdown. If the league sleeps on Ivan Demidov this year, they won't sleep for long, because the first time he dangles through a veteran defenseman, the first time he buries a game winner in overtime, the buzz will become a storm. By midseason, the headlines will be everywhere. Is this the Calder favorite? The next Russian phenom? Montreal's redemption story? And it won't just be headlines. It'll be numbers, goals stacking up, assists threading through defenders, power plays that suddenly start clicking. A team that was struggling to find its identity, finally playing with speed, precision, and confidence. Because they have a young star who sees the game differently. The fans at the Bell Center, they'll feel it first. That electricity in the air when Demidov touches the puck. That hush when he circles the zone, eyes scanning like a predator. That roar when the red light flashes behind the net. It's not just about what he does, it's about how he does it. Fast hands, no wasted movement, ice in his veins. The kind of player who doesn't just play the game, he changes it. And make no mistake, the league will notice. Opposing coaches will start planning around him. Veterans will try to rough him up. The hits will get harder. The pressure will build. But this is where the story sharpens. Because Demidov isn't soft. He's not the kind of prospect who folds under contact. He played a full KHL season against hardened men in Russia. He took hits, he gave them back, and he kept producing. What happens when a kid like that gets NHL-level training, NHL teammates, NHL ice time? Simple. He explodes, and if, or rather when, that happens, this isn't just about Montreal having a breakout rookie. This is about Montreal having their next franchise face, their next great hope, their next banner moment. The city is hungry for a new era. The fans are tired of waiting, and now they finally have a name to believe in. Ivan Demidov, just 19 years old, one season in, and already being whispered in the same breath as the league's elite. Not because of where he's been, but because of where he's headed. Because if this season plays out the way the smart people think it will, Demidov won't just make a splash, he'll send shockwaves, the kind that make GMs rethink their scouting. The kind that put fear in defenders' eyes, and the kind that tell you, this isn't just the next big thing, this is the start of something entirely new.
You know, like I was saying, just kind of growing up with a lot of our young guys, and we're just going to keep trying to improve and get better and learn how to win. And that's an exciting time to be in for a franchise. I think when you kind of see some guys come up and make that impact, and I think we're all just kind of looking forward to keep getting better, and obviously trying to win more hockey games.
In just 2 days, the NHL's biggest young star shook up the entire league. Connor Bedard didn't score a goal or break a record. He made one announcement. Connor Bedard's quiet move behind the scenes didn't just open contract talks. It triggered a league-wide shift. The league is already reacting, and every team is watching what Chicago does next with the most watched teenager in hockey. Connor Bedard is 19 years old. He plays for the Chicago Blackhawks in the NHL.
The Chicago Blackhawks are very proud to select, from the Regina Pats, the Western Hockey League, Connor Bedard.
On July 1st, 2025, something important happened. Connor became allowed to talk about a new deal with his team. This is called a contract extension. That means his team can try to keep him for many more years. His current contract is almost done. He is still on his first NHL deal. It was a 3-year deal that started when he turned 18. That contract is worth $2.85 million. It will end after the 2025-26 season. Now that the calendar has hit July, the Blackhawks can offer him a new deal. And they did. The team's general manager, Kyle Davidson, said the talks are happening. He said, he made his thoughts very clear. He's committed to Chicago and wants to be here long term, and we obviously want him here long term, so there's mutual agreement there. This means both Connor and the team want to work together for a long time. Connor Bedard had a very good season in 2024 to 2025. He played in all 82 games. He scored 23 goals and made 44 assists. That's 67 total points. He led the team in scoring, and this was his second year in the NHL. In his first year, he had 61 points in 68 games. He won the Calder Trophy that year. That award goes to the best rookie in the NHL. Connor is also the all-time assist leader for Blackhawks teenagers. He has 83 assists as a teen player. He is the most successful young player on the team. Connor has not missed any games this season. Last season, he missed 14 games because he broke his jaw. This year, he stayed healthy the whole time. He also skipped the World Championships this summer. He chose to stay home and train instead. He said he wants to work on getting stronger and better for the next NHL season. News stories say that Connor's new deal talks are affecting the whole NHL. Other teams are watching. They are now changing the way they plan. They are looking at how much money they give players. They are also changing how long they want to sign players for. One article said, Connor Bedard sparks major league-wide changes as NHL free agency turns into a scramble. That was from the Times of India. It shows that other teams are now moving quickly to sign or keep players. This is because Connor's talks could make other players want more money too. Right now, the NHL salary cap is $88 million. That is the most money a team can spend on all its players. But the league says that the cap will go up. Next season, it may be $95.5 million. It could go up to $113 million by the year 2027. That is why some players are waiting. They want to sign short contracts now. That way, they can ask for more money later. NHL stars like Mitch Marner and Connor McDavid may also take shorter deals to get more later. Connor's new deal could be the same, but the team has not said how long it will be. They are still talking. Some experts say Connor should wait. A former NHL team manager, Craig Button, said that Connor should not sign a long deal right now. He said the team is still not good enough. And he said there is no benefit to signing early if the team does not get better. The Blackhawks did not make the playoffs again this year. They had 25 wins, 46 losses, and 11 overtime losses. This is the 5th year in a row they did not make the playoffs. The team is trying to get better. They are bringing in new players. They drafted Cole Martone in 2025. He is a center, just like Connor. He is 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighs 207 pounds. He scored 98 points in 57 junior hockey games. The team also traded for Sam Lafferty. He is a veteran forward. They got him from Buffalo for a 6th-round draft pick. That is not a big trade, but it adds depth. Connor is still the most important player on the team. All the changes are being made to help him. The team wants him to stay. The city wants him to stay. But he needs to see if the team can get better fast. The general manager, Kyle Davidson, said this about helping Connor. "We are doing everything we can to put better players around him. That means they want to give Connor good teammates who can help win games." Right now, Chicago is also trying to sign other young players. They are talking to Frank Nazar and goalie Spencer Knight. They want to build a young team around Bedard. But the big news is still Connor. What he does next could change what every team does. His contract will likely be the biggest one the Blackhawks have ever given. His first contract was simple. It was the standard rookie deal. Now, the next deal could be huge. If the team signs him for 8 years, it could be worth more than $100 million. That kind of deal would make Connor one of the highest paid players in the NHL. Right now, the top salary is around $12.5 million per year. Connor could ask for more than that. Teams are watching closely.